trying to find a good movie to watch. I've never even heard of most of these. Well, can we watch Lost Boys? I've heard of that one.
Those are different Lost Boys.
It would seem that when most people think about Joel Shumaker, they tend to think about his atrocious Batman movies. But they forget that he has also made some pretty good movies, like Falling Down, Tigerland, and The Client, as well as some movies that are just alright. One of which is what we're going to talk about today. Do you like the hottest 80s fashions? Do you like muscular men playing the saxophone? Then hold on to your mullets, kids, because we've got an 80s classic that's just for you. The in no way gay Lost Boys. So the Lost Boys starts with a gang, led by super mullet-wearing Kiefer Sutherland and
Bill S. Preston, Esquire,
doing what 80s mullet gangs do. Walk in slow motion, grab women by the face, and get into fights with guys who have unfortunate-looking faces.
You're ugly and I know it for a fact, because I got the evidence right there.
A few days later, we see Lucy and her two sons, Michael, a name that is going to be repeated a lot in this movie,
Mike,
and Sam, who loves
TV. Have you seen a TV? I haven't seen a TV, Mike. You know what it means when there's no TV? No MTV.
And they are all moving to the fictional town of Santa Carla, which looks like the worst place in the world to live. It's overcrowded, full of homeless people, women kissing rats, and plastic men on chairlifts for some reason. It's truly a strange place, full of strange people. And speaking of strange people, we get an oiled up, sexy sax man, because why not? Gay! As Sam and Michael watch the show, Lucy applies for a job at an electronics store run by the most 80s looking man ever, Mac. Later, Sam wanders into a local comic book store, and there he encounters the Frog Brothers, who might be flat earthers.
Fighters for truth.
They warn Sam about Santa Carla's vampire problem, and then give him some horror comics to teach him about the undead threat they claim has infiltrated the town. The next night, Michael runs into a young woman named Star, who kind of looks like Esmeralda from The Hunchback of Notre Dame, and she introduces Michael to David and his gang of mullet-bound bikers, and they invite Michael to the gang's secret hideout, which comes fully equipped with complimentary room service.
You're eating maggots, how do they taste?
And a working spotlight for some reason. Then David offers Michael a chance to be part of their gang by drinking a bottle of blood. The next morning, Michael starts to feel extra cool and starts wearing his sunglasses all the time, even. And after Sam's dog stops Michael from killing Sam, they both come to the realization that Michael is a
Shit-sucking vampire.
Needing help, Sam calls the Frog Brothers, who give him some advice, using their best Hulk Hogan voice.
Get yourself a good sharp steak.
Later, they suspect Max of being the head vampire, but while Max is over at Sam's house for dinner, they observe that he has a reflection, actually likes garlic, and figure that no self-respecting vampire would have shoulder pads that big in one of their suit jackets. Later that night, David's gang interrupts Coachella, and they try to provoke Michael into killing, but he repeatedly refuses. Desperate to reverse his condition, Michael leads Sam and the Frog Brothers to the gang's lair during the day. There, they manage to kill Marco with a wooden stake, but the others awaken. After narrowly escaping, they then realize that the gang will come for them that night, and they decide to arm themselves with the best in vampire-killing weapons, like holy water-filled water guns, garlic,
1 ounce of shrooms, 15 pills of ecstasy, a porno mag.
When night falls, David and his gang go Santa Claus on them and attack through the chimney. And also, like Santa, they melt when exposed to holy water, making them all wish they hadn't eaten those microwave burritos hours earlier. As David and Michael fight to the death, Michael impales David on antlers that, quite frankly, have dangerously and irresponsibly left facing upward, but as he dies, Michael is not changed back to normal. As Lucy and Max return from their date, Max reveals that he is the head vampire and that he wanted Lucy to be a mother to David and the rest of the gang. Kind of like what Peter Pan wanted to do with Wendy, but with less blood. All seems lost at the moment, and then out of nowhere, Grandpa crashes his truck through the wall of the house, impaling Max with more wood than a prison shower, killing him and turning Michael and Star back to normal. Then Grandpa says,
One thing about living in Santa Carla I never could stomach. All the damn vampires.
Wait, he knew about this all along? Then why not say something, anything about it? I mean, when I move to a new city, I would like to know if it's a haven for vampires. Oh well, back to this guy. You know, when I decided to talk about this movie, I distinctly remembered not liking it that much. But on rewatching it, I was surprised at how much more I liked it than I had in the past. I think it might be because I'm older now and I have more patience, because the pacing in this movie is all over the place. Sometimes it feels like it's moving at a breakneck pace, and there are other times where it feels like it's taking forever. And all of those slow moments happen when Star is a part of the scene. She really is an empty character in this, and honestly, removing her from the movie would have not changed anything about it. And while I can't confirm it, I can't help but think that her character was only included so that her presence could help disguise the gay undertones that are now famously part of this movie. I would have also appreciated the movie more if we got to see more of the Frog Brothers in action. Maybe having the parallel of Sam joining their crew while Michael is joining the gang of vampires could have really helped build the tension in the middle. Overall, I do think this movie is actually pretty enjoyable and worth a watch. After thinking about it for a moment, I think the reason why I didn't care for the movie previously was because I had only ever seen it rebroadcast on cable, so the version I was seeing was missing parts that made the movie more complete. But this rewatch really allowed me to appreciate the movie and its unique take on the vampire story. And even though it is dated by a lot of the fashion and music in the movie, the story itself still feels fresh. I do think that the Lost Boys universe has a lot of untapped potential that could be explored down the line. When it's all said and done, I really recommend this movie. It's a pretty good time, and it can stand proudly in the pantheon of Joel Shumaker's good movies. And you can check it out on HBO and Amazon Prime if you'd like. Well, that's it for this one, folks. Have you seen The Lost Boys? What did you think about it? Leave a comment below and let me know. As always, thanks so much for being here, and I'll see you next time.